podcast that I brought you today, and I believe the intro gives us all a very good sense of the type of show we'll be listening to, the energy that we're dealing with in a show called Hook, Line, and Smiley.
Ugh.
It's been another long day. Don't get in my way. It's time to have a little fun. Everybody say, whoa!
3 seconds of silence. Welcome to episode 62 of Hook, Line, and Smiley.
Right on time. Thursday morning, 7 a.m., boom, it is hitting your phone or your computer or wherever you get your podcast, unless, of course, there's something wrong with your phone or computer. But that's the only reason this podcast is not being listened to Thursday morning at 7 a.m., because we are on it, aren't we, babe?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely on it.
This is Bob and Sarah Smiley. They are a married couple, and they do a really fun show. They do a very fun show. Here.
I have no business making fun of a man's voice, but I did not know that was a guy.
That's a guy.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to learn a lot about Bob.
That was Guy Smiley.
We're going to learn a lot about
This guy's
Bob
name
Smiley.
is Bob Smiley.
Correct. Yes. Now, before we learn about Bob, let's learn a little bit more about Sarah. Bob says something here that I'm trying to figure out what he's getting at.
I am a mother of 5 boys. I am a teacher as
At
well.
the moment, a mother of 5 boys. We'll see.
And no, we won't see. It's where it stops. That number better go down. No, I'll always be a mother, but,
Yeah.
you know, responsibility better go by the wayside.
Okay. So she goes, that number better go down. Does she want like some of the boys to transition, or does she want them to die?
No, I think she wants him Disappear? to kill some of them.
Okay, yeah, because that seemed very odd. It's like, I have 5 boys. Hopefully someday it'll be 3 with 2 daughters.
He'll somehow go away.
or that. Yes,
I was so confused because when you started playing the clip, I thought that was the guy talking.
Well, I know. It's
and you
very
keep bringing
difficult to
queer
tell.
kid stuff. I was like,
know.
Carl's just going to bring queer kid stuff
I did
again.
it this time, but I did bring poor people. So this guy, Bob, is telling the story about how he was at the airport and his flight was delayed and he was stuck at the airport.
But one of the things that I mentioned on the Instagram Live was that I was dying of thirst, and it like dawned on me that you have to buy water in an airport, which is let's just round it around $6, even though it was $5.58. And I wasn't going to do that. And then I said this as a joke. Thankfully, somebody left a half-drink water bottle in the bathroom. I said it as a joke, but I did go into the bathroom, and there was a bottle that was half full, and I was like, oh, that's liquid gold, my friend. That is liquid gold.
Hopefully it's not gold colored.
But I was so thirsty, and I didn't want to spend $6 on a bottle of water. And so we talked about that.
I'm with Segura. These pores are disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I'm with Bob on this one.
Team Segura.
Could you imagine this guy's stuck in an airport? He hasn't drank water all day. He's thirsty AF, and he's like, "Yeah, but $6 now. That's a bridge too far."
$5.58. Hey,
$5.58, fuck that.
There's water fountains in airports. You're going to drink somebody's water bottle
In the bathroom.
Yeah, that they accidentally dropped in a toilet.
All right, so let's forget
Why
about
don't you
the
just
fact
fucking lap water out of it, dude?
they have 5 boys. They're poor. It happens. These things happen in America. What I like about these two is because they're married, they've been together a long time, they have great chemistry. That's what I look for out of a podcast, is chemistry.
Which brings us to our topic.
It does. Which brings us to our topic.
No, I just said that.
Yeah, but I'm going to edit it where it sounds like I thought of that segue.
You turkey butt.
So, language. And I'm going to take out the word bucket and edit something else. No, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, so give me the line again.
Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff, huh? Let's get right into our topic. Yeah, let me fuck that up. Okay, cool.
And he also never edited it. Great job, dude.
All right, good stuff.
Great job, Bob Smiley.
What are we talking about today? We're talking about motherhood. And thankfully, Bob Smiley decided to look up some famous mothers of the past.
Teresa.
Sure. Mary.
Yup.
The Danzig song.
Cabrini.
Yup. All good answers. Guess what's a bad answer? Is this one.
You were asking me last night about like if I knew any stories of famous mothers and stuff. And I just got to thinking, I really don't. And so I looked up some. Do you want to read one?
No, I would love to hear you read it.
Here's one I didn't know about, and I thought it was really cool. In 1826, Sojourner Truth.
Get the fuck out.
She was born in 1797 and lived to 1883. So Sojourner Truth and her baby daughter escaped slavery in Ulster County, New York. Soon after her escape, she heard that her 5-year-old son, Peter, was illegally sold to a man in Alabama. Truth, this mom, raised money for a lawyer, filed a complaint in court. Now, keep this as 1826, okay? Filed a complaint in court and successfully got her son, Peter, out of slavery, which was a landmark case in which a black woman successfully sued a white man in court.
Good stuff. I can't believe none of you guys guessed that one. You didn't think that was going to be the famous mother?
I should have. It is Black History Month.
I didn't want to be too obvious.
Yeah. So, I love that that's where we start with slavery. He's like, well, when I think of motherhood, I think of the slave trade.
Yeah. I think of all of the women Thomas Jefferson fucked.
All right, so he's got multiple stories. So the first one was a slave who got her son out of slavery. Okay, cool. What's the next one going to be? It's got to be pretty fucking heavy, I would imagine.
I guess everybody knows the story, but J.K. Rowling wrote the first 4 Harry Potter books as a single mother while briefly receiving state benefits to get by. And she now serves as president of Gingerbread, which is an organization that works with single parents and their children to find resources and programs to help them succeed.
We went from slavery to a billionaire writer who created Harry Potter? What the fuck is going on? Who is this for? Who is sitting here and going, these are the 2 stories I wanted to hear about today? Good.
Yeah, they're one and the same.
Yeah, very helpful. I really appreciate you bringing that to us, Bob. Good stuff. So apparently, J.K. Rowling on Mother's Day in the UK put out a tweet, and she is a writer.
Her famous tweet.
She is a writer.
Trans people are the devil. No.
Never get her
What
in
did she
hot
put
water.
out? What did that evil woman put out with her witchcraft? What did she put out?
Let's find out, because again, very creative. She's a writer. What did she come up with?
She tweeted, "Today's Mother's Day in UK. If your mom isn't here to treat, do something nice for yourself because she's part of you. So take a hug too."
Oh,
I
that's
thought
a
that
good
was
idea.
really good. And so there are people that are spending Mother's Day and they don't have their moms with them. That's a great idea of, well, then treat yourself because your mom obviously, did a great job because you're you.
Yeah.
It's a horrible tweet. The fuck? Hey, it's Mother's Day. If your mom's dead, why don't you treat yourself to a sundae?
Yeah. Hug yourself, crybaby. What is she saying? What is she fucking
I
saying?
don't know. It's a waste of fucking time. So you guys are probably wondering, what the fuck is Bob Smiley doing for a living? What is this guy up to?
I actually am wondering that. Yes.
Okay, so this is right at the beginning.
Substitute teacher. Did I guess it?
Anyway, my name is Bob Smiley, former comedian, at present the junior high PE gym teacher.
Could you imagine? Former comedian. I'm now a junior high gym teacher. Oh, God. Nobody wants that guy's fucking class. Can we just play volleyball already, Mr. Smiley? This is...
Stop trying out your tight 5 on it.
Yeah, right. Oh. If there's anything I hate more than a comedian, it's an open mic failed comedian.
Woof.
Oh, it's going to get worse before it gets better, everybody. So
Carl.
strap in, because Bob Smiley was a substitute physical education teacher. And boy, did he pick a good day to do that.
You reminded me, though, sorry, it is teacher appreciation. And since I was subbing today, I walked into the teacher's lounge. And I know I've already told you this story, but I'll share with the Smilers. They had little mini blizzards all lined up on these tables.
Yeah, their listeners are called Smilers.
Oh. You know, the way you sold us, I thought he was going to say, I went in there and we were giving the kids the scoliosis test. I thought it was going to be something really creepy.
No.
Right.
Teacher Appreciation Day, and there were blizzards waiting for them. Mm-hmm. That's a treat. That's a fun treat.
If he ate one of them, that's stolen valor.
He took all the leftovers home because he's a broke ass.
And I was like,
You sub one day and you get a blizzard?
yeah, I was like, this is
Stop it.
the best school ever.
That is not fair.
But there was nobody in there. So I go over in the corner and I'm unpacking my lunch that you had made me. No. Yeah. I didn't know that you didn't make it. I opened up the lunchbox and it was empty. So.
I make sandwiches. I make pot
you
roast.
do.
I do not make lunch.
Aren't they a cute couple?
By the way,
A
you know,
sandwich
when
is
you're
lunch.
telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
listening to her reaction, that makes me think Andy was right. She's like, "You got a blizzard? We'd have to save for weeks.
Yes.
The kids are eating cardboard sandwiches."
Well, I brought some home.
He
Correct.
comes back with a Ziploc bag full of melted ice cream.
He's just got Butterfinger topping in a bag.
Throws it in the freezer.
Who wants sprinkles for
He
dinner?
tosses it on the fucking dinner table. He's like, "Here we go, kids."
Bob's done it again, kids.
Merry Christmas.
So they talk about having poo moments and woo moments.
Huh.
Woo is positive, poo is negative.
Oh, no.
This is a boo moment.
Bob Smiley,
This is a real poo moment.
Bob Smiley had a woo moment
Great.
when he was substitute teaching. Vinny, you're not going to believe this. One of the students, a junior high student, recognized him and went, "Hey, you're that comedian."
No fucking way.
Listen to this.
Boom! Didn't happen.
But I get up there today, and third period, this big group of girls come in, and one of them runs over to me and is like, "Oh my goodness, you're a comedian. You're Smiley. I can't remember your first name, Smiley." And I was like, "Yeah, Bob Smiley." And she goes, "Oh my goodness, I saw you at my church, and you were so good. What happened?" That was the question.
That's right. He's a church comedian. I'm surprised you didn't know about this guy, Vinny. So, good news, everyone. Because he was recognized, all the students, just like in Senator John's class, start going on their phones and looking up like, "Oh my gosh, you're a comedian? Let's see what you got going on." And so then they're like, "You got to do this bit."
I did actually do some stand-up with one of the crowd. The girl that asked what happened. She was telling everybody. And so they were starting to look up my videos on their phones. And one of them was like, "Is this your bit? Can you do this bit about the ceiling fan?" And I was like, "Okay." So I ended up doing
Oh my
that
goodness.
ceiling fan bit for the kids.
So focus. Back on your
Which
story.
was not on the lesson plans.
Ceiling fan. The only person I know with the ceiling fan bit is Chad Zumach.
Let me tell you.
Chad steal a ceiling fan bit?
I know what's happening here.
What's happening here?
Okay,
What's
these
going
kids,
on?
these kids are geniuses. I'll tell you exactly what I would have done. If I was in gym class and I found out that the teacher used to be a comedian, I'd be like, instead of running laps, tell us some jokes, teach. We'll listen.
It's square dancing day. You're
Yeah.
like, no. You do that bit.
Yes.
Yeah, these kids are smart. This guy's an idiot.
Now, Vinny, when you think about hack material that a hack comedian might do.
Ceiling fans.
Well, ceiling fans is a good one.
Okay.
But I think you're going to enjoy this one even more because Sarah starts talking about her mother, which would be his mother-in-law.
Come on.
Your mom is so good that you know how comedians always make fun of their mother-in-laws. And I used to have no problem writing. I had problem not making my whole show about that because there's a lot of animosity and stuff. But man, I met your mom, and I was like, she's just sweet and caring. And when she messes up, she says she messes up. And you know, if somebody messes up around her, she forgives them. And like, just a solid.
She's a stinker. She's a stinker.
She's absolutely.
But it makes you feel okay with being a stinker a little bit, right?
Yeah, but
Don't
that's
you
what I'm
think?
saying. It's to the point where it's surrounded by love. Mm-hmm. Like.
Sounds like she's a total asshole. Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me. He's like, "Yeah, I used to do a lot of material on your mom." She's like, I know. She's not great. I get it. All right.
Tell you, I told the kids about when I was at St. Anne's Episcopal and I did the bit about how you want to be the third apostle and not the 11th apostle. It killed. It was so good.
I want to throw something at you.
I know what you're thinking right now, Mr. Paulino. Does this guy have any of his material on the internet? And good news, speaking of Chad Zumach, and we talked about Ray DeVito already today too, he has a dry bar special.
No.
And his dry bar special, he's got a 30-minute clip out that's called The Longest Dad Joke.
Chris can't raise
He's always
fast
like,
enough.
"Bob, come stand next to me so we look like the number 10. I'm like, but I love my dad. That's where I got my sense of humor. My dad and I kind of have the same sense of humor, which is weird because we don't look alike at all. My dad weighs 280 pounds. He's 5'7". Yeah, and he's always been big. I asked my grandmother, I was like, "Was he ever skinny like me when he was young?" And she was like, "No. He was born on a Thursday and a Friday." And I'm not making fun of him because he loves being big. He loves it. He's always like, "Bob, come stand next to me so we look like the number 10. I'm like,
That's not your joke.
It's not a good joke.
but he is. He's just so clever and funny. I was so fortunate to grow up like that. Trying to think of some examples. Oh, actually, that is a good example. Since I didn't look like him, my second junior year in high school, I went to him. Are you guys judging me? This is a clean comedy play. This is supposed to be a lot of Christians here, you know? Act like a Christian. Judge me silently in your mind.
You suck!
I wasn't good at school, and I'm not going to make excuses. I honestly, I am a Christian. I really am a Christian. I'm not just saying that so Hollywood will love and embrace me.
I love torturing Vinny. This is one of my favorite
Vinny,
things to do.
I'm here too.
I have such a fucking hatred for Dry Bar. You don't even understand.
Well, I do understand because I watched a lot of this today, and I want to skip forward to his bit about disciplining children. Since this is all about parenting today. Vinny, you thought you were going to get off easy today, didn't you? Nope.
Churches, and you have to really watch. Like, you can't talk about, like, discipline is a hot topic. You can't talk. How do you discipline your kids here?
He's doing
Whoa,
crowd
okay,
work
wow.
and stuff in the special.
You don't have to show me.
Please clap.
Somebody's spanking a kid right now. So one person spanks their kid, the rest of you, what, just stare at them? That means don't do drugs. See, it's a hot topic. Nobody wants to talk about it. I'm going to be honest. I'm raising. I've got 5 tax deductions, all boys, and I do. And I don't want to offend you guys, but it's a big debate. I spank my kids when they're bad. I do it out of love. I do, and I studied it. I got the James Dobson Strong-Willed Child book. Yeah, that helped me so much because it was thick enough that when I spanked them.
Pretty good stuff, huh?
God.
This video has 435,000 views.
Yeah, a lot of people at Dry Bar. When you do Dry Bar, they fly you to Salt Lake City because it's the only place lame enough that people will laugh at these jokes.
His hair, he looks like he cut his hair with a
They do.
ceiling
They
fan.
pack the crowd with fucking Mormons at this thing, and they all sit there and they laugh at fucking everything.
So I present to you Hook, Line, and Smiley featuring former comic, now substitute PE coach, Bob Smiley with his wife, Sarah.
Hook, line, and stinker.
And actually, he is still performing comedy. He says he doesn't do it anymore, but I just think he's so bad at it that he has to get a second job, is my guess at this, because...
How old is this video?
Well, this video is 3 years old.
Okay.
But
so it's
he
been
talked
a rough
about
3 years.
But he talked about that airport thing was he went to do a gig, and then he didn't have $6 for a water, so
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they paid him later.
You
I
probably
don't
should
know.
have took a couple from the stage there.
Yeah,
Came home with
right?
them.
Who are these podcasts?